Sheffield.
So, Sport Heaven with myself, Adam Oxley, this evening. The rugby union season in full flow. Key autumn internationals taking place this weekend, as well as games throughout the pyramid. Now, you might like watching the game, but don't fancy the rough and tumble of playing. Well, if this is you, you could give walking rugby a try. Pardon the pun. Here to tell us about some local sessions is Lindsay Jones, Chair of Trustees for the Rotherham Titans Community Foundation. Evening, Lindsay.
Good evening. How are you then?
Really good, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on and giving us a little talk about walking rugby. Just tell us how it differs from normal rugby union.
Well, you don't get damaged is one thing.
I love that.
There's no tackling allowed. It's all done with just a touch on the shoulder, and that is the equivalent of a tackle. So at that point, you've got to pass the ball. That's as simple as it is. The rest of it is the same. It's walk forward rather than run forward, pass backwards, and try and score a try. Very straightforward.
Which does indeed sound very straightforward. I mean, what kind of people, what kind of ages do you tend to get coming along and playing?
Well, we started it very much working with the local leisure centres with people who were recovering from operations, from heart problems and so on. But it's expanded. We get everybody now from youngsters coming along to have a bit of fun through to, I think our oldest one is in her 80s, and she loves it. So she's both a walking netball and walking rugby fan at Maltby.
Brilliant. I absolutely love that. I bet she's the one that everybody fears by the sound of it.
She's pretty scary, yeah, because I think she's been a fitness fanatic most of her life. I think she's been doing triathlons and things like that, but she's determined. Keep it going, keep fit, keep active, and hopefully keep going for a long time.
Well, what an inspirational person to be doing that. I mean, I'd love to be still doing some kind of sport and be fit and active in my 80s. I think that's the dream for a lot of us, which is great. And I suppose that just shows that doing something like this has both, benefits for physical and mental health.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people just enjoy coming along just for the fun of it. They admit that, like me, they're pretty rubbish at it, but we all enjoy it. And we get to play with the Rotherham Titans players because this is theirs. They set this up and they looked up how you play it, what you do. They do change the rules from time to time just to keep us confused, I would think. They say interested, but where else do you get the chance to take on some of the big boys who play for Rotherham in a way that's safe and good fun?
That's great, isn't it, in terms of access and doing something for the community. I imagine they get something out of that as well.
Oh, they do. I don't think there's a game where something funny doesn't happen. Either somebody does something or it's just people playing a game with a smile on their face. It's lovely to be part of.
I imagine it is. I mean, just tell us a little bit, Lindsay, about the Titans Community Foundation as a whole and what it gets up to and what it aims to do.
Well, we work with schools, colleges and the community across the whole of Rotherham. We do drift into Sheffield and Barnsley occasionally as well. And the aim is to everybody get fitter, have fun and enjoy the game that, I've been part of now since I was a teenager. And we've got a whole programme. We do fitness and health for children. We look at diet and nutrition. We look at mental health, which is a new program we've put together, particularly for sort of children around the age of 8, 9, 10. And we are also looking at, we've got an app in production which is looking again at health and fitness and food for these children. We just share it as much as possible around the community.
And of course, whatever sport, youngsters and adults get involved with, there'll be benefits there from a fitness perspective. I suppose from your perspective, it's trying to get those kids that like being involved and like being active to take on rugby union, try a little bit of this and then potentially even get into the full contact version.
Oh yeah, we've when I started this about 4 or 5 years ago, we didn't have any girls taking part in things in the Rotherham area. They've now got girls all the way from the little mini juniors all the way up to adults. And personally, that for me is a real buzz to see so many women and girls getting involved.
There's a real shift change, isn't there? I know we've just had the Rugby League World Cup that had games played in our part of the world with the men, the women, the disability, the wheelchair, all kind of taking place at the same time. It does feel like sport is moving, more collectively together, that it's more inclusive and that there is greater opportunity for anyone to get involved in whatever form.
Oh, hugely. I mean, most of the lads that I work with, they would love to get themselves into a wheelchair and have a go at it. They can see how violent it is and how physical, and that's what they love. That's what they love about the game, is the contact. So, personally, I think I might have to give it a pass on that one. I'll stick to the walk-in rugby.
I don't blame you on that, having watched a bit of the wheelchair final the other Friday, which England did ever so well in at the Rugby League World Cup. I mean, in terms of the Titans right now, we're without a head coach at the minute. A little bit of a transition time in terms of the club. It's not been an awful start to the season. I suppose it shows just from a kind of playing perspective where the Rotherham Titans want to get back to, because obviously it has been a tough period for the team in the last kind of period of time with a couple of relegations and whatever else.
Yeah, I'm looking out at them at the moment. They're all out there training tonight. Pretty muddy, pretty filthy, but there's still a buzz about it, and we know it's going to be a huge game on Saturday up against Otley. There's several old boys from Rotherham who are in there who, yes, again, will be looking to, give us a smack on the nose and see if they can upset us. But I think everybody now just wants to come together and reset the season from here. Who knows what happens with promotion and relegation? We had a shocking time last year with injuries. Other teams may have the same problems. We just don't know. You've just got to go. Next week it's Otley. The week after it's Chester. And then we see where we go from there.
Well, good luck to clearly the first team up at Rotherham Titans and the rest of the club, but also for the sessions as well that you run. Do you want to just let people know kind of the times and places where these sessions for the walking rugby take place?
Yes, certainly. The first one is on a Tuesday morning at Maltby Leisure Centre from 10:30 to 11:30, and it's free and it's open to everybody. And the second one is from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock at Rotherham Leisure Complex, and that's on a Thursday night. So most of the lads out here today have been down there running that session Thursday before they come up here and do the proper stuff. So they've had a long day.
Brilliant. Well, it sounds fabulous and something that's grown really well, and I can only wish you all the best with the sessions. Hopefully I get a few more people giving it a try, and all the best for everyone at the Rotherham Titans. Thanks for coming on tonight, Lindsay.
Thank you very much. Maybe we'll see you down there one day for a go at walking rugby.
Oh, that sounds like a great challenge. Always up for trying something new, Lindsay. Brilliant. Well, the invitation is there. We'll see if we can make that happen. Lindsay Jones joining us tonight, Chair of Trustees for the Rotherham Titans Community Foundation. If you like what you've heard, you want to give walking rugby a try, those sessions at Maltby at 10:30 on a Tuesday, or at Rotherham Leisure Complex 5 o'clock on a Thursday. Sport Heaven, BBC Radio Sheffield. This bit of clean